Welcome to the Mentors and Moguls podcast. I'm your host, Heather Stone. I bring you mentors and moguls from all around the world, different walks of life, from creatives to CEOs to business leaders to top athletes and all kinds of other people in between. If you liked our episode today, all of our podcasts are available on our YouTube channel. Please go ahead and subscribe and comment. We'd love to hear your feedback. Do you like fabrics? Do you like happy prints? Today, we're talking about gaining confidence and grabbing your dreams with CEO and founder Hoffman Haack of the Lovlei brand. Hello, and welcome to the Mentors and Moguls podcast. I'm your host, Heather Stone, and today I am thrilled to have our guest on. Not only is she a fellow entrepreneur, but she also is a great seeker of joy in her life. I'm talking to Hoffman Haack. She's the CEO and founder of the Lovlei brand. It's a premium resort and activewear brand in Southern California. Welcome, Robin.
Thank you, Heather. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Well, I want to tell everyone out there that I'm super excited that you're here, mainly because, number one, you're in the fashion business in Southern California, which is where I'm from, Southern California. But I love your message about sisterhood, about going for your dreams and finding the joy in everything that you do. Have you always been this way?
I think for quite some time, for years, I've always pretty much been about empowering women and just, motivating people and keeping myself motivated, so.
Do you have any special tricks? Do you have like a morning routine or anything that you do to keep yourself motivated? Maybe when things don't always, go exactly as planned, as we all know. So what's your personal secret? Do you have any you want to share?
I don't know if it's secret. I'm sure many people do what I do, but I definitely get up every morning and put my feet on the ground and say, thank you for this day, and thank you for having another breath in life, but definitely working out every morning. I'm an avid fitness person and have been for years and years, just because it makes me feel so good. Mm-hmm. And obviously keeping in shape and super health conscious, and then definitely reading. I multitask when I work out, so I definitely read different books. I'm always about reading personal development books. I was introduced to that when I was in my early 20s, so I've been doing a lot of reading for years and years. So I'm usually reading a couple books at a time.
All right. So you're feeding your body and feeding the soul at the same time. Makes a lot of sense. Well, let's dive into your latest brand, Lovlei. You are not new to the fashion industry, to the fabric industry. Can you share with us, how did you get started and how did you get your interest in fabric and fashion and all of that?
Well, I got to say it's probably in my DNA, because my grandfather has been in the apparel industry ever since he was in 8th grade. He had to start making a living for his family because his father had passed away, and he started selling pants, and he was from New York. And then he got into selling fabrics, and he moved out here to the West Coast at an early age and ended up starting our family fabric business, Hoffman Fabrics, in 1924 in downtown LA. So,
gosh,
yeah, crazy. So we're 4th generation now in the fabric business.
That's interesting. Sometimes a lot of people peel off and they don't want to do the family business. You seem to love it and thrive in it. So tell us a little bit about what's unique about your fabric and what's unique about your organization.
So I actually did not expect to be in the fabric business, because I took a whole different route for years. I showed and trained horses. And so I did show horses for years. And then things changed in my life. I moved back to California. I'd always sold a little bit of fabric to clothing manufacturers. But when I moved back to California, I really delved in and came on board at the at the fabric company. So I started working there, became CFO and so forth. And one thing led to another. So I've been there over 25 years now, at our Hoffman Fabrics, our family business. Yeah. So you asked me also what makes us different, I guess. So we've been, with 98 years, almost 100 years in the industry, we've been through everything. My grandfather, started with woolens and silks and, solids of every kind you could imagine. And then my dad was instrumental when he was young and serviced in the Navy over in Hawaii. He had always been a surfer, and so did his brother. And there was two of them in the family, and they ended up taking over the company. But my dad was instrumental in bringing Hawaiian print fabrics to to California, I should say, and really starting the surf brands here in Southern California way back in the day. And so we are known for prints. And so I grew up living in prints all my life. So I think nothing of wearing a print. So anyway, that makes us truly unique. We have a library of just thousands and thousands of prints. So our library is what's so unique to us. And so because all of our prints are copywritten, so, no one can copy our print.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so let's weave that into a little bit. There's a great quote. Let me see if I can find this here. There's a great quote that I absolutely loved and thought this nice lady and I are very much aligned in the way we think. It says, when you realize you're already good enough, you gain confidence to aim higher. You chase and grab hold of your dreams and take joy in helping others to do the same. I love that. So you've always aspired to be something better, something bigger, and push through your fears or your own limiting beliefs, I take it.
I work on it.
Well, I love that. And you talk a little bit about sisterhood at your company, but you really are a big proponent of empowering women. And something that you said in a conversation we had was people need to have the confidence to wear prints. As I'm sitting here in a very boring navy silk blouse, right? So talk about that. People don't have confidence to wear prints. I sometimes don't have confidence. It's funny because it makes me happy to see the prints.
I just feel like, I don't think second about it, of putting on a print because I've always worn them. Yes, I wear solids too, but my closet is a lot of print. And I just think, so often we get looking at ourselves like not good enough or comparing ourselves to others or, and just not having confidence in ourselves. And I think so many women struggle from different situations in our life. And I've been through those situations without confidence. I think really people having to get confidence in themselves so they want to feel bold and beautiful and put on a print because they do make you feel beautiful and bold. And people compliment you when they see a print because there's so few, you don't see them all the time. As opposed to nobody's going to compliment you really on just wearing a black dress or whatever.
Right.
You might get a compliment here and there. And so that was my whole thing about helping inspiring women to get confident enough to throw a print on. It does make you feel good. And when you see a print, like you said, it makes you happy.
It does. It really makes you happy. So I was looking around and what really caught my eye was your brand that you've got right behind your head there. Lovlei. Can you tell us a little bit about the brand, how that came about and what it's all about? Because it really is amazing.
Working at our family business, like I said, we developed prints and fabrics for years for every manufacturer of clothing you could think of. We've designed prints for and done, collaborations with, and then also fabric stores all over the world and quilting, crafting shops. And so we've always talked about having our own brand of clothing with our own label in it, but just everybody in a family business obviously wears many hats and nobody just was really going to take it on head on to do that. And so what happened was I'd always had it in the back of my mind that it would be something really fun. Obviously it takes a lot of work, but when 2020 came about and everything changed in our lives and things came to a screeching halt and people staying home and working from home and living a more casual lifestyle and not, having to dress corporate. And I saw these companies really, taking advantage of that and really expanding. So I thought, wow, now's the time and to start a Hoffman brand. But it was going to be me and nobody else in the family to pitch in. So anyway, so I looked at what it would take. I met with some friends of mine that have been in the apparel industry since they were kids, dads own big, huge companies. And so I talked to them and I told them my vision, and they couldn't believe why we weren't doing it sooner with the story behind Hoffman's, with our prints. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And so I got a designer and built a team and have just a great team. And so we just launched Lovlei, as you can see, Lovlei, Lovlei, just in July. And we are activewear because of my fitness. I love, I live in activewear. And then obviously just everyday clothes that are, you can wear anywhere. We're really about layering and, everything matching and can go together, and you can wear from the beach to the gym to out to dinner. So.
Very nice. Well, they're definitely unique. They're colorful. They do make you happy. And I know that they're great quality. So thank you for putting that out into the universe for all of us who are wearing black leggings everywhere, right? Black yoga gear. Did it take a certain amount of confidence for you to launch that and say, I'm going to make this work? Were you nervous when you stepped into this, saying, I've been around this industry for a long time, but I've never really tried this specifically? How did you overcome that?
I don't know if was nervous or am nervous, because I just feel like we have such an advantage with the prints and just with unique patterns and like amazing people that I've been around all my life. Yeah. And then I have a great team and I have a great partner, and I'm confident we're going to build a massive company together. So that just gives, I guess, faith,
yes,
which I'm a huge believer in. And the other thing, the manufacturers that we have connections with and things like that. And like we have a factory in Bali that I didn't even touch on, that we do all hand dyed fabrics. That's really sustainable.
Wow.
And so very unique that nobody else has access to.
Very nice. Okay. So confidence is oozing out of you with all of this. So you definitely believe in it. 100% you believe in it. And you said, I'm just going to step into it because the world needs this.
Yeah.
Now, is your brand for a specific age group? Tell us a little bit about your target market, or is it for everybody?
I mean, obviously activewear, anybody can wear, teenagers and on up, but really more for the 30 on up, I'd say, because of price points, because we're not catering to a teenager, I guess, like I said, activewear, everyone can wear, but more the resort wear and the casual wear is more 30 up.
Got it. What would you tell someone who is watching this or listening to this and thinking, I would love to be in that industry, but I don't have a family brand. I don't have a background. I don't have a legacy with this. Would you tell them, look, it's go for it. If follow your dreams, there's enough space for everyone, or it's too saturated, or where should they start?
Yeah, I'd say definitely follow their dreams. If their passion is that, you have to follow your dreams just because you have to.
Right.
You can't give up on yourself. But it is a tough industry. But there's plenty of room for everyone. And start by getting some mentors that have been in the industry. Like my designer, she's been in the industry for almost 30 years. So she's been with huge companies and knows the ins and outs and traveled the world and, going to manufacturers and then just our history and the fabric business, get yourself knowledgeable before you step in.
I don't know if you did this or not. Did you go to fashion school, design school, or you just learned by osmosis by being around it all your life?
Yeah, just by being around it forever.
Right.
And getting in, just hearing my dad in meetings. And then obviously at Hoffman's for 25 years, being in meetings with our art department and art directors and all of that. So I've always had design in my DNA, I guess, because I've always, even when I was a kid shopping with my dad, we're always picking out prints or picking out colors.
Has the fabric, with everybody being focused on sustainability and more natural fabrics, has that changed your fabrics and the material that you work with, or has it always been your through line that everything is kind of natural to begin with?
No, it's changed definitely over the years. And there's only so much with some fabrics that you can do, One thing that we've done at Hoffman's and with this brand is all these types of prints. We don't screen print. We digitally print the fabric. So there's not the dyes that are harmful, as it's like printing, like your printer on your desk, it's not like there's a bunch of excess dye that you have to get rid of. Like where regular screen printing, most fabric, there's so much dye that goes into that's toxic for our environment. So we digitally print all these prints, so it's not toxic. And then our factory in Bali, everything is hand dyed and they're all non-toxic dyes. And we have a water treatment facility where all the water goes through the treatment facility before it goes back to the environment at the correct pH balance with no dye left in the water. So, yeah.
Wow. I had no idea, but that you really do go the extra mile to protect the environment.
Yeah, definitely with all of our Bali fabrics. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Some of our athletic wear from Bali is to die for because it's cotton lycra instead of nylon. So everybody's wearing nylon, which obviously we have nylon, leggings and sports bras also. But the cotton is so nice. It's so comfortable. Your body breathes. It's not like putting a wrapper on your body. It just feels amazing. And it's so much better for the environment and for your body.
Oh, this is good to know. This is good to know. Well, I'd like a closet full, so I'll get to work on that. Tell everyone who's listening, where can they actually find your brand? Are you in stores? Are you online only? How can they actually purchase and see the catalog of your brand and your offering?
Online only at lovlei.com. And we do have some resorts wanting to bring on our line. So we're entertaining that idea, but not retail stores. Yeah. So online only and at our website. And we're improving the website daily.
Very nice. Very nice. Any last words of wisdom that you have to any young girls or women out there on the confidence issue or following your dreams? You have one or two pieces of advice that you'd like to share?
Yeah, like you said, the morning routine is key, to keeping your head and taking breaks throughout the day to go back into that feeling, because we get so wrapped up in our day with things that come, like I'm bombarded with things all day running a couple companies. And so I just have to sometimes just go outside and take a breather and get my head back on, just doing a lot of personal developments, have good coaches, have mentors, that are on that same page to keep your head in the right space.
That is perfect. I think that's important that you just said that, because you don't have to be just starting out in your career to have a coach and a mentor. I mean, people that are very well established with companies still have coaches and mentor because they're trying to take everything to the next level and keep growing. Do you find that to be helpful and true for people around you as well?
Oh, totally. Yeah. And being around the right mindset people, the right people on your team, the right people that you hire, and all of that is key.
Well, I encourage everyone to go find the Lovlei brand, go place your orders. The holidays are coming and you don't want to sit there and see your favorite items sold out, which I know is probably going to be the case. You're so popular. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your thoughts with us today.
Yeah.
And we'll tune in next year to see how ginormous you've become, and we'll follow you. Thank you so much.
And thank you. And just really quick, our Instagram is Lovlei Life. So follow us there because you'll see us launch new items every week. So Lovlei Life.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you,
Well, thank you very much. Talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much for tuning into the Mentors and Moguls podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, rate and review this interview and share it with a friend who could benefit from today's guest. You can find bonus video episodes at mentorsandmogulspodcast.com or check out our events page and our blog at heatherrstone.com. Until next time, make it a great day.